Okay, so this is going to be a short video on how to read solubility tables. So I'm going to go ahead and get. Okay, so you can also determine the types of solutions by reading a table that shows the solubilities of various compounds at a given temperature. Right? In this case, the table provides the amount of solute that would produce a saturated solution at the given temperature. So what this is saying is that in this table, is that at 20 degrees Celsius in 100 grams of water, these are the amounts that can be dissolved of each of these substances. So for table salt, 36 grams would be a saturated solution. You can have 36 grams dissolved of table salt in 100 grams of water at 20 degrees Celsius. All right. 9.6 grams would produce a saturated solution of baking soda, and 203.9 grams of sugar would produce a saturated solution at 100 grams of water at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, now if you had a solution with less than that amount of solute for any of those three substances, you would have an unsaturated solution. So, for example, in relation to baking soda, a solution containing 8 grams would be over here. So it would be an unsaturated solution because you have less than 9.6. Right? If you had 11 grams of baking soda, well, that would be over here. That would fall over in this range. So that's more than 9.6. So you would have a supersaturated solution. All right. I'm going to change the color of this. Okay. Now, usually your tables will have several different compounds as well as different temperatures. And so this can get very confusing to read this way, but the principle still holds up. If it is less than this amount at this temperature, it's going to be unsaturated. If it's more than this amount at this temperature, it'd be supersaturated. Okay, so there's a way to make this very easy, and that's if you on your table, write a little U for unsaturated to the left and an S, and an S for supersaturated to the right of each temperature. And that just lets you, just as a reminder, makes it easier. So any amount that would fall here to the left at this temperature would be unsaturated. And any amount that would fall to the right of this amount at this temperature would be supersaturated, and that would go for each temperature. Okay, and just takes away a little bit of the anxiety, a little bit of the confusion, makes it a lot easier. All right, so here's an example. Okay, what type of solution would be formed when 30 grams of potassium nitrate is dissolved at 20 degrees Celsius? All right, so we're going to go down and we're going to find potassium nitrate, and we're looking at 20 degrees Celsius, so we're over here. And 30 grams is less than that amount. So in this range, it falls right here. So it's an unsaturated solution. It's less than 31.6. Okay, now here we're looking at what type of solution is formed when 40 grams of potassium chloride is dissolved at 20 degrees Celsius. So we're going to find potassium chloride. We're going to find the temperature. Right? And 40 grams is more than the amount listed in the table. So that would be a supersaturated solution. Okay, so this makes it very easy just to put the U and the S. Now, you're working on computers, and so just on a little scrap sheet of paper or something, just jot down, temperature, saturated temperature, unsaturated, supersaturated, just to take out some of the anxiety of working these tables, make it less confusing, right? Hope that helps.